Hello, I'm a guy that likes to talk about 80s music, and I did a video before about songs about vampires. And I still have a few more that I never got around to because, believe it or not, there's actually quite a few. So I wanted to continue that today, and I want to start with this one, Roky Erikson, Night of the Vampire from 1980. It's a title that sounds like the name of an old monster movie from the 40s or 50s, and the song lyrics do indeed sound like it could have been based on a story from one of those old kind of movies. Musically, it's a rock song. It's hard rock, maybe borderline metal. It's definitely something that I think metal fans could get into. It's part metal and part psychedelic rock. Now, Roky Erikson is a guy that had been around for a long time, and he was part of the psychedelic rock scene of the '60s, and he did some stuff in the late '70s and early '80s in which he liked to sing about spooky stuff and vampires and aliens and zombies and stuff like that. He never became real famous, but he did have a fan following. His songs have been recorded by other artists that you might have heard of. Like he did a song called "I Walked with a Zombie" that was recorded by REM, and the band Ghost did one of his songs called "If You Have Ghosts," etc. And I can really sit here and talk about Roky Erikson all day because he was quite an interesting figure and a tragic one too. But anyway, yeah, this is a good song for those who like guitar rock and for those who like their vampires in the old-fashioned way. You know, scary and evil. It's it's old-fashioned vampires for and old-fashioned rock music. And it's spooky. You'll feel his bite tonight because it's the night of the vampire. Next up is a fun one. Drac's Back. Andy Forray, 1979. It's a fun one. It's disco. It's disco music with a saxophone and some funny lyrics. This is the Monster Mash for the disco era, or at least it could have been. It never became a famous song. It's about Dracula coming out into the modern world and hanging out at the discotheque. And yes, he uses the fancy word discotheque. But Andy Forray was from England, so maybe that's what they called them in England. Here in America, they were just called discos. It's done in a speak-sing style. It almost sounds like a rap, and I guess you could call it a rap. But this was before most people knew what rapping was, so I'm not sure if Forray did that on purpose or not. It's a song about Dracula going out to meet women. The women wake up in the morning and think they have a bad hangover. But it's not a hangover. They've been vampirized. So if you ever wake up and don't feel too good, check your neck. See if there's anything there. Because Drac's back and he wants to suck your... Wait, what? What does he want to suck? Your neck? Your blood? What? Who knows? He doesn't finish the sentence. He just says, I want to suck your... Ooh. So I guess you use your imagination. I wonder what it might be. This song very much reminds me of a movie called Love at First Bite. Love at First Bite was a comedy from '79 about Dracula moving to New York City in the modern world, and it had George Hamilton and Susan St. James in it. It's a really good movie. It played on TV a couple of times when I was growing up, and I really liked it. And it's funny because that movie and the song both came out the same year, '79. So some people should have gotten together and made this a theme song for that movie. It would have been perfect. Yeah, I could totally see the song playing during the closing credits of that movie. The song's also been recorded by a band called the Bullock Brothers. So if you like a little bit of a punk disco, I think you can call it like a mixture of punk and disco. Yeah, check out that version of it, I guess. Next up, I have a song with a long title. In fact, I think it took me 15 minutes to make this card. It's called Riboflavin Flavored non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood. Oh man, where do I begin with this one? First, the band 45 Grave was a punk rock slash goth rock band. I guess they were gothic punk. And they're probably most famous for their song Party Time, as it was played on the Return of the Living Dead movie. So they were a band that was really into the horror stuff. And this is a song they did in 1980. But the song is an old one. It came out back in the 1960s. It was one of those novelty songs about monsters, and there were a lot of them back then, especially after the Monster Mash came out and became a graveyard smash. And yeah, I think this was meant to be like a Monster Mash like song. It was meant to be a comedy song, and the reason for the funny title is because it was meant to sound like an advertisement, like a commercial for healthy foods for vampires, or even for vampires who can't seem to find any necks to bite. If you can't find any necks to bite, you can buy yourself a bottle of riboflavin flavored, non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood. Especially if you're a vampire who's looking for healthy choices. Maybe this is how Vampira kept that figure of hers. She drank riboflavin flavored, non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood. Of course, when 45 Grave did their version, the title of the record was just plain Riboflavin. I guess somebody didn't want to mess with that long title and the big words. Yeah, I was talking about the Drac's Back song, and it has that part where he sings, I want to suck your, and he doesn't finish the sentence. I now think it's because this is what Drac wanted, but he couldn't remember all the words or how to pronounce it. That's why he went quiet. I want to suck some, It's riboflavin flavored, non-carbonated, polyunsaturated blood. Anyway, I've got a few more here, but I've had my fun for the day. I need to go get to my real job.